Welcome back to another episode of Outcast Comics. On today's episode, we're we're reviewing episode number 7 of X-Men 97. So we start off with the funeral. In the funeral, we get to see some of the Thieves Guild, Gambit's old friends. They're at the funeral. Rogue is missing. Jubilee has a little meltdown because how could she do this? Wolverine explains, everybody deals with the loss their own way. Next thing you know, we see Rogue is attacking a military base, and it's the U.S. Army. We see that General Ross is inside. She's trying to get information on Gyrick and Trask. Ross believes they are safe inside of the building because it was designed to contain the Incredible Hulk. And then we find out that yes, though it was designed to contain the Incredible Hulk, it cannot keep Rogue out. Tears the roof off of this building. Alright. Let's see. I got notes, making sure I don't miss anything here. Alright. So once she breaks in there, she gets Ross, and she gets whatever info that she's looking for. Next thing you know, we have Scott, who has to deal with the politics, talking to the President of the United States, dealing with Genosha, and all the optics of how he's trying to get elected back, and he's the best thing ever for mutant kind. All right. From there, we move on back to Rogue, where Captain America is at a cabin, and he's trying to talk down Rogue from this destruction that she's putting on. But then gets punked by Rogue and loses his shield. Now we go back to Genosha, and in Genosha, Scott and Jean are trying to find any survivors. They do find one. They find one survivor. It's Emma Frost. She survived by her diamond skin. And apparently this episode, no one knew she could do that. Of course, it's heartbreaking for Scott because he was hoping it was Madeline. But it wasn't. Jean tries to comfort him. And we move on. All right. All right, so now we have Rogue, who goes to Mexico to find Gyrick, and she finds him. And she finds out that he's not in a prison or being held as a captive, anything like that. It's more that he's on vacation with his Beetle collection. All right. And he thinks that the X-Men are there, and Jean Grey's going to go into his brain and get the information, which he tries to warn Rogue that it ain't happening this time. But Rogue isn't there to play. So there is no X-Men, it's just Rogue. And Rogue gets the information she wants. Whether he wants to or not. Alright? From there we cut to a scene where Nightcrawler finds Rogue. And I guess it's in Mexico, it's Dia de los Muertos. And she finally is able to grieve her pain for both Gambit and Magneto. And Nightcrawler helps her. And of course, the X-Men are there. They got her back. And they're there to comfort her. Alright, after that, we see that they get together and they find Trask in a building. I guess it's a UN building where they're at. And now they find Trask. And Trask lets them know, hey, this is what's coming for you. And I guess all this technology that's in there is far beyond what type of technology that should be there. And Oliver Trask tries to do himself, but Rogue stops him. And Rogue is trying to talk him out of it. You can help us find the real murderers, the real bad guys. She's doing the superhero thing. And when he tells her that there's nothing left for him to tell them, she does the unthinkable. she drops that ass. Of course, you have Morph and Nightcrawler who are shocked by what she just did. It was unexpected to them. Um, Wolverine says we all wanted to do this, so there's mixed feelings after Rogue drops Oliver Trask. But we soon find out that Oliver Trask does not die. He is the first human Sentinel, and he just mops the floor with the X-Men. I mean, literally just the only one that stood a chance for about 5 seconds was Jean Grey. After that, he takes her out, takes out Scott, takes out everybody. Wolverine, Beast, Morph, Rogue. Rogue is the first one out. All right. And it takes Cable. Cable comes in, and he has like an MMP type of grenade, which takes care of Oliver Trask. And that's pretty much it for Oliver there. Next, we find out who's behind the Genosha massacre. All right. So the slaughter, yes, Sinister had a part in it, but apparently Sinister's working with someone else. It doesn't seem to be that he's working for him, but he's working with someone, and that someone is Bastion. Now, if you don't know who Bastion is, his first appearance is in X-Men number 52, back in the late 90s. Now, Rob from Comics Explained called in and said we should be getting Bastion because of the events. Yes, they did change Cassandra Nova for Sinister, but Bastion is here, so Rob had it right all along. And then Bastion lets Sinister in on the X-Men's little secret about Xavier being alive. But of course, we already know that because episode 6 was about Xavier and Lilandra with the Shi'ar Empire. But Bastion also says he has his own secret. He doesn't tell Sinister what it is, but we see him going into a cabin and he starts playing music and he's talking to someone. That someone who's tied down in a chair is Magneto. So we find out Magneto's still alive, and Bastion is playing music and starts shaving him. And just, talking, like mocking Magneto. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. So I believe we have about 3 more episodes before either the season's over or we get to the half point of the season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Some of the images that you see here. And if you did like what you see, please like, share, subscribe. Join the channel. We're trying to grow it. Leave your comments. Whether anything you want to say that'll help the channel, that you think I did wrong or anything, anything that can help this channel out so we can grow, please leave a comment. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here, watching this video, and I do hope you do subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Outcast Comics. Bye.